Hello everybody, welcome to another video. So today it's the 11th of the 3rd 2025, 10 a.m. Just going to go through previous price action from yesterday, which was Monday, and then the previous week, and look at some news as well that's coming up this week, so we can kind of get prepared for when we want to trade and what direction. So unfortunately I've been recording videos from Wednesday last week, Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday, and because I'm quite new to this, I was just uploading them straight onto YouTube without playing them because the other ones were fine, but there was no audio, and I only just realised yesterday, so it's really frustrating. So I actually did some really good content, so I've fixed it now, so we can have a look, make sure this video is all good, which it will be. So anyway, starting with GBP USD. So we've had some good price movement from this area here, which is 25.50 on the 28th of February. Now that's now the last low. If we look at the previous weeks to see where we've kind of been heading, last week was here. So the kind of lowest low from the previous week is the 126 area. We hit past this high, which we'd marked up. I don't know if you would have seen it in the videos actually. A bit annoying, but yeah, this is what we marked up before, because this is the kind of neckline of this area, and then this here is the zone of last week. So if we drop down onto the daily, we can see how we're kind of trading in between these areas now. We've had a big push down from November, middle of November to January, and then we've been uptrending pretty much ever since. We've not made any, apart from this kind of bit of consolidation, we've not really made any new lows. Here, because we've hit this area of 129.30 area, approaching 130, which I will mark up, we are slowing down a little bit, so that's why we just need to be slightly cautious of what we're going to do. So these are the daily candles. We've had bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, and then today bullish. But obviously, as you can see where the bearish is going to, it's not really making any new lows. So I'm going to drop down to the 4 hour. Keep this nice and simple. So as you can see here, the kind of low area of the range is this 28.6, but the more common area is the 28.8, where there's been no closes below on the 4 hour. I'll just look at this 1 hour. We've had a couple of closes recently. Yesterday, close, 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 but then we right back up. So I would confidently say that in order to be back in sells, we need to break and close under here and finish under here on a daily candle. And we are not really making any new highs, so it is a fairly difficult market to trade when we're like this. 29.4 seems to be the ceiling of this move. However, we are early on in the day now, in the trading day, and we are up here. So what we're going to be looking for today on Tuesday is, after the UK session, are we going to be closed under this or under this, or above this or above this, and then we could start to look to see where we want to enter our positions. Another quite common area of support and resistance on the hourly chart has been here, 129.10, and then another area has been here at 129. So to save all the lines, I'm going to put this here at 129, because what we can be looking for as well, if we're looking for buys, we've got a couple of options. We don't always want to buy from this high up, reason being the range stops here, and it stopped here multiple times, and we could get caught in a sweep to go down. I'll be more confident buying from these areas here, so the 129. So what we want to see is any rejections from here and here within the next 4 hours, which was going to be between 10 and 2 o'clock. So here are the key levels, in my opinion, is 1294, 1293, that whole, let's just call that a zone, 1294, 1293. Next 129, and then the bottom of the range is 1288. So I'm still leaving this as yellow because I'm not 100% sure. You can see this here, this isn't good news. It's really deciding what it's going to do. So that's what we need to do. We need to act like the market is. The market's not fully, you know, if you was to look at that without looking at the previous, what would you say? Well, you couldn't really say it's bullish or bearish. So that's where I'm at on this one. Next, Euro USD. Let's remove these drawings. So as you can see here on Euro, I'm going to drop it down to the week first of all. So we've had a lot more movement on the Euro because of how many different areas in the world it affects. Obviously the GBP is mostly us in the UK, however with Euro we've got a lot of different countries. There's a lot of factors in there as to why it's moved so much. I think I read something like it's been the biggest move, weekly move in like, I don't know, a long time. So this is last week. This is a range of the candle. Now as you can see, it's kind of stopped similar to where this is, and then this is the next kind of key high here, which I'll mark up, which is just around the 194 area, and then this is the opening of this week here, which is the 108, which I will mark up. So let's drop down to the 4-hour candle. So as you can see here, we've had a similar-ish kind of price action as GBP, but we've actually had more movement prior to that. It's not been consolidating as long, and we are probably making more aggressive highs. Now, I would be in buys on this, but I would like to see it test a new area. An area which I'd probably look for next for it to test for going up is this area here, 1086, because it's where we've had previous resistance and sweeps all the way up until Friday. So I'd like to see that, and I reckon we could get it. You can see what I mean here, where we've pushed up, down, pushed up, down, pushed up, down, and we've had a big push up. We're going to have to come back. I don't think we're going to take the whole of that bottom range out unless we are downtrending. So this is probably what I'm going to be looking at here, which is the 1086, and then that gives a really nice move for a potential buy for a longer position going even just to here. That's 30 pips right there, or you could just that there, that's another 50. So the stop loss would be more relative to where the candles are at the time of placing the trade. But if you look at the range, and you can determine your stop loss after that, this is something I'd be looking at. So we want to look at where we're going to open up for the 2 o'clock candle. If we're open up here and we tap into this area, that'd be great. If we close below here, we're looking for a sweep up, retest up, and if we just keep pushing down, then we're looking for sells. Probably not today, we wouldn't trade sells yet, but we're looking for an open daily candle below this area. So moving on, AUD. Now this has been interesting. It's got some pretty decent price action. We've got the bottom here, which is at the kind of 61.8 area. Let's just say that. And then we've been having a lot more reactions, as you can see here. It's become here, which is the 62.6. This is roughly where we are now. So we've found this here. This is on the hourly candle sticks, and this is from Monday night. So Monday night, obviously Australia's 24 hours ahead of us, so it's kind of when their markets may be starting to open. We didn't have much movement at all, to be honest, and obviously AUD USD is traded at US times, but you do see some movement in the Sydney time as well, but this time we've not. So what I'll be looking for here is, are we going to continue to be bearish as we've been since last Thursday, or are we going to see more rejections from this area? So again, I'm a bit 50-50 on this. We've got this high here, which is the next kind of key high. If I look at the 4 hour, I'll be able to mark up a bit there, which is 63.6. So this is our zone. What we're going to be looking for, first of all, are we going to break this area, or are we going to break this area here? Let's just do 63.2. And then if we are going to go for a long, we want to target these old highs from either here or here. So we've got these zones here. We are technically still bullish because we've not broken this last low. We've used the last bit of resistance as support. So we are in technically we are in buys. However, if you zoom out, we're being a bit diagonal. So this is where I'd be looking. So this is a key support level 62.6, key resistance level 63.2, and potential highs to target if we are going back up is 63.6. Now on the flip side, if we are going to target lows, this is where we're going to be looking at 61.8, and we'll be looking to enter from these areas here. So we are kind of probably in the middle of this range right now. I would say 50% is here at the 62.7, and we're looking at 62.6 as the support. So yeah, we are kind of 50% of the range, so it could go either way. Next, so pretty much the same with NZD. We're looking at a high here at 57.6. We're looking at this support zone here on the 4 hour candle of the 56.8. A low, lowest low of 55.8. And the top of the range we're looking at 57.7. I'll just find a better place. Actually, I'll just put it here. I think that's 57.8, just to keep it nice and easy. There we go. So similar kind of thing with here. Last high 57.4, low 56.8. So we need a reaction off this area to go down, and then what we would be looking for if we do get a reaction from here going down, are we going to find a level where we can go up from? Potentially could be here, this area, 57 dead for buys. So that's what I'll be looking for. Ignore this candle now because we've got 4 hours. Are we going to keep up, go down and then buy from here? We'll probably look at something similar like this if we are going to go long. Target these highs here. There we go. Ignore the stop loss, but this is probably what we'd target if we buy from here. I wouldn't be too confident buying from here to there, but more buying from here. Next, gold. So very interesting. You wouldn't have seen it in the last video. It was a bit frustrating, but I called this here like this is the key high that we need to break, which we have not broken since the 25th of Feb. I said in order to be in any kind of buys, we need to be breaking this area, and in order to be in any kind of sells, we need to have break and close under here. Now we've had this, but it's just been straight back up again, so it is quite difficult for gold to trade at the moment. So I'll keep it short and sweet on here, but we need to see a break and close above 29.30 to be more confident for buys, and 28.38, 28.96 below that to be in sells. I'm not saying don't trade gold at all, but personally I will not, just because it's going to be difficult to get a good move in because it's just so consolidating. So yeah, that's where we're at on that. USD CHF, we are starting to go a bit sideways on this now. We've found a ceiling which we've not broken since the 7th of March, which is at the 88.200 level, and then we've found a low at the 87.6 area. This is again similar stuff. I'd stay away from this pair right now, just for this reason. You cannot determine whether we're going up or down. So we need to see a break above 88.2 or a break below 87.6 in order to be in confident buys or sells. So I'll just keep this short and sweet on here. If we do find support for buys, I'd maybe look here at 88, and then if we're looking at lows, I'd probably say 87.8 for a retest down and a sweep up. So let's just keep it like that for now. USD card. Some interesting price action on here because we did find a pretty common low down here at 142. We've not touched that now since the 24th of Feb, and then we've found more kind of similar support at 143, which we've not properly hit for a while. So here again is this common area for resistance at 145,500 and support we've got here at 143,500. So we're kind of trading in between this zone. I've had this push up on Friday, but this is the most recent support and resistance. So in order to be in buys, we want to see a sweep and then a retest of this area to back up to target this high again. Or we need to have a clear break, retest, and then we can maybe target this area or some other areas over here. But these are our zones for 144,500 for the high, the next low 143,400, so it's actually 100 pip move, and then 143 dead for the next bit of support. So we've got these two support areas here. I'd buy off this area. This one I just watch to see what happens, and then if we sweep and do not get past that, I'd be looking for lows down here to target. Here we are, USD JPY, good pair. So we're on a pretty obvious downtrend, as you can see. We've found more support down here at the 147 dead area, and then our resistance point, we're looking at the 148 where this previous support has been. So again, this one is going quite sideways at the moment, which has made it fairly difficult to really pick out where the best points are. You can see this, but I'll be looking for a break above here and a close on Wednesday to look for potential buys, and then a break under, let's just mark out a 50% area, which is going to be 147,500. I should have worked that out anyway, that was pretty easy because we're literally 100 pips. 147,500. We need to look if we're going to break and close under here. Again, I won't be trading this today. So we've got these areas here, 148, 147.5 and 147, very easy. And lastly, we have got DXY. Now, I called this low, maybe last week on a video, if it's been recorded. 143 was the low that we needed to look for, which we have hit. Reason being, we have got this, I'll show you why. This here. This is the last low. We were here before, then here, and I called out these zones here, 107, 105, and then this. So we're clearly going down, but what might happen now, because things are starting to calm down, we might start to find this support and slowly start edging up. So we've got this 103.5 area, which is at the top of this candle. We need to start to see if we're going to bounce back on this now and slowly tick up, and then we'll be targeting this again. So thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions or comments, just put them in the comment section, I'll answer them. I'm just getting used to doing these videos, so again, any criticisms I don't mind. Anything that should improve on, let me know. I'm going to keep putting these videos out every time I do my analysis, so pretty much every day or every other day I'll record it. But yeah, thank you very much.